There's always this pressure online to quit your job and go all in. But no one really talks about the other side of things. The slow grind, the stable route, the path that requires you to put your pride to the side. Everything in life does not have to be an all or nothing gamble. And that's why I'm deciding to go and get a job. I'm building my videography business from the ground up. No car, no savings, and no clients lining up ready to book. And like a lot of young creatives out there, I'm still juggling all of the challenges that life throws at you in your early 20s. Now let's get into a few reasons why I decided to go and get a job. The first reason is stability. When money is tight, it forces you to say yes to each and every client that comes your way just to put some money in your pocket. With a stable job, I can weed out those low budget clients that are gonna bring me too much stress anyway because I have stable income to fall back on. Another big reason why I'm getting a job is to build my savings. Like I told you guys earlier, I don't have a car. So with consistent checks coming in, I can clearly map out a good savings plan to reach my goals of 1, getting a car, 2, building up an emergency fund, and then also reallocating money into my business for things like gear and all of that other stuff that it takes to grow a long-lasting video business. The last, and in my opinion, the most important reason why I'm getting a job is to have more creative freedom. Now, I already know what you guys are thinking. How am I gonna have more creative freedom while I'm working a job that's taking up a pretty decent chunk of my time? But the truth is, when having a job and having that stable income coming in to fall back on, I can pour more resources into my projects to create bigger and better projects and land even bigger clients with bigger budgets. The truth of the matter is that a job is not gonna slow down my business, but desperation does. If I'm too busy chasing one-off clients that are gonna nickel and dime me for my hourly rate just to get the cheapest price, I'm never gonna be able to grow and create the projects that I want to create, land the clients that actually trust my creative vision, and eventually get to the point of doing videography full time. Now I'm about to go ahead to this interview so I can secure this job and get this ball rolling. So I just got back from my interview and I got the job. So it's definitely a huge step, and now it's time to execute my plan. So once I get my schedule and start working, the first thing that I'm gonna do is aggressively budget to save for my car fund. Once I get a car, I can eliminate a lot of expenses like Uber and Uber Eats and be able to take those last minute or those far away shoots to boost my income along with my job. And that can go back into my business and back into my savings. I'm gonna need to make a clear schedule for myself to manage my 9-to-5 job, building a business, and making sure I stay consistent here on YouTube. I know it's gonna be a tough task, but I've done it in the past, and these are the sacrifices that I'm willing to make in order to succeed in the future. Off days are gonna be crucial to make sure that I can do things like create spec work, handle client work, create YouTube videos, and also take breaks so that I don't burn out, because it can be a lot to juggle, especially early on in life. In hindsight, you could say that I'm going all in, just not in the way that the internet tells you to. Not everybody has to be a risk taker, and this job is not a step back. It's me taking a step forward to build a runway so that my business can take off in the future. This journey is not about romanticizing the struggle. It's about embracing the grind to stability and to show you that you can build a business in the traditional sense. Getting a job, building your income, and eventually building your business and becoming full-time. Me personally, I don't want to have to deal with the stress of wondering where my next shooters come from to pay my bills. That's just not the stress that I want to deal with. I'd rather put that energy into being more creative and building my business. And like Miles Morales once said, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm not gonna let any internet guru tell me that I'm not serious if I'm not putting all my chips on the table and going all in. Now that you guys know the plan, next, I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna execute it. And I'm gonna leave you with this. Just because you're building something and working a job, you're not behind. See you in the next one.